Good morning. Several weeks ago, we began seeking input from residents on how to best use $83 million in federal relief funds. In essence, we wanted to know, how can these funds help you and your family? During 7 town halls, 5 in person and 2 virtually, and through an online survey, more than 3,000 residents weighed in. And their top 3 areas of concern were healthcare, education, and infrastructure. Specifically, our residents listed these as the top categories for how the funds should be used. Access to mental health services, including services for children. Repairing roads and sidewalks. Access to child care and early childhood education. Support for small businesses. And access to substance abuse treatment. The County Council will meet at 4 p.m. tomorrow for a comprehensive download of the results. And that presentation will be made by Deloitte, the firm we hired to help create the Community Needs Survey and compile a report of the results. I encourage you to attend or tune in to the meeting. Public comments are welcome. Council members have brought forward about $160 million in proposals for these federal funds from the American Rescue Plan Act, better known as ARPA. That's nearly double the $83 million that's available. I appreciate that the Council has agreed to press pause on moving forward with their proposals until they had heard from the community. This is a rare opportunity to meet the long unaddressed needs in the community and to uplift those who seldom have a voice in where our resources go. Based on the survey results, my office has put together a proposal that will take what we heard from the community and use the funds to enhance the lives of our residents for years to come. I'd like to share some of those proposals with you this morning. We would like to see $7.5 million go to help small businesses. While previous federal relief programs have helped small businesses, we know that challenges remain. Recovering from the pandemic and sustaining a healthy business is critical to our economy. Family-owned businesses are the backbone of our community. They provide us essential services, give us our unique identity, and create thousands of jobs. My administration also supports investing $5 million into the Met Center in Wellston. Formerly known as the Metropolitan Education and Training Center, the center provides job training and career development services. By focusing on the underemployed, unemployed, and displaced workers, the center's goal is to create long-term work opportunities that turn into careers. Some of these build wealth for families and ultimately investment in the community. Workforce development programs build a stronger economy with a larger, more qualified workforce. Expanding these opportunities is vital to growing our region. If there is one thing that everyone agrees on, it's they like to drive on roads that are free of potholes, ruts, and neglect. Deterioration over the years has made many roads hard to navigate and unsafe. And that's why my administration would like to see $15 million of the ARPA funds go into repairing and maintaining subdivision roads that are excluded from other federal funding. Large portions of our county, including District 6 in the south and District 4 in the north, are unincorporated, meaning they're not served by a municipality. So some of the ARPA funds the county has received should go into our neighborhood roads to keep our families safe and our home values strong. ARPA projects being considered that could be leveraged with the support from the county are currently being debated in Jefferson City by our state legislature. There are 2 that we see as priorities. One of them is the demolition of Jamestown Mall to make the property more appealing for developers and to step up and bring a vibrant addition to North County. My office is committed to this project, as is Councilwoman Shalonda Webb. The second project is the creation of a business and workforce district on the south campus of the University of Missouri St. Louis. This proposed project, built over 35 acres, would include workforce, business, and research incubators and a mixed-use commercial and residential space. That could include apartments, condominiums, restaurants, health services, a grocery store, and office spaces. This project being championed by State Senator Brian Williams is one that will provide economic opportunity for African American residents and business owners and would not only transform the North County University, but the trajectory of so many of our families. For Jamestown Mall, the county's part would be about $5 million. For UMSL, we are looking at a minimum of $10 million. My administration would also like to see $10 million committed to assist nonprofits. This could help provide more child care opportunities, increase access to food choices, and expand healthcare services, including mental health services and substance abuse programs. During the pandemic, we saw the challenges many of our students and parents had with virtual learning. And those challenges continue as many students lack access to the internet or a computer. We are cautiously optimistic that the worst of the pandemic is behind us, but we should be prepared in case it returns like it did earlier this year with the Omicron variant. Setting aside $10 million in a rainy day fund is a fiscally responsible thing to do. If emergency spending becomes necessary, we would be prepared. ARPA funds do not have to be obligated until December 31, 2024, and we have until the end of 2026 to spend all of these federal funds. So there's no need to go through all the funds now when we may need some of these dollars over the next few years. We are grateful for these funds for sure, and with them comes the responsibility to use this federal relief in a way that generates a healthier economy, a promising future for more of our families, and a St. Louis County that can tout growth, opportunity, and commitment to improving access to basic needs such as health care, education, and infrastructure. The County Council, with the voices of our residents in hand, must now set the priorities, knowing that not everything currently on the table will stay on the table. My administration will work with the council members to try to help them through these very difficult decisions. Thanks to everyone who participated in the town halls and filled out the surveys. We hear you, and we appreciate your commitment to making St. Louis County a better place for everyone. Thank you, and I would be glad to take any questions.
Dr. Page, what do you see? Is there one area here that stands out in your mind as really highlighted that needs the most attention right away?
Well, we have a long list of needs in St. Louis County and not nearly enough resources to address them all. And I think that's really the theme here today, is that we have a lot of needs and not enough money to take care of all of them. But we do have some federal funds, and I think we should hear what our residents have to say. Access to healthcare services is a historical role of local government, of county government. We're one of the few we're the only county in the state that provides direct care for uninsured and underinsured. Infrastructure is important for our subdivision streets because that won't be part of the federal infrastructure plan. That's more for arterial roads. And we have to recognize that some of our unincorporated areas need help. I think child care services is important because that's a limiting step in getting some working parents back to work, some of them who've been displaced. But there's a whole list of worthwhile projects that have been identified by residents in the surveys, and the council is going to have some very difficult decisions working all through all of these very worthy projects with, again, limited funds. And that's what government does. We have to make some tough decisions with the priorities that we set with a limited amount of funds.
Dr. Page, would there be any money set aside for the unhoused or those that are dealing with mental health issues?
Yeah, so our proposal includes some of what we've heard from the residents, and that's addressing issues around mental health and substance abuse, and that certainly would touch our residents who are unhoused.
Dr. Page, could you recap what you said about the UMSL campus, please?
Oh, so the question is about the UMSL campus. There's a proposal in front of the Missouri legislature sponsored by Senator Brian Williams to transform the South Campus of UMSL into a research and workforce development park with a mixed-use development and business and technology incubators. It's really an exciting project. I couldn't possibly outline all the details here this morning, but it's something that my administration supports.
But a portion of this funding, that issue has been raised, that a portion go toward that project?
That's our recommendation. The county council will make the determination on how this money is appropriated. Our job was to try and understand the survey results and to put that together in a plan that the county council would start with and then make adjustments and make the appropriation their own.
So going forward, the county council looks at this survey, looks at the results, then decides how they're gonna move forward, whether they're gonna use these or the projects that they put forward or some combination?
Yes, the county council will appropriate these funds. We wanted to give them some guidance and help them try and understand the Deloitte survey. They'll have presentations from Deloitte tomorrow, and they'll walk through some of this, and then they'll put their own stamp and their own plan together that will, I'm sure, look similar to what we've recommended.
Any timeline for when we might see something definitive?
No, I think we have to recognize that we have till the end of 2024 to appropriate these funds. We'd like to get some of them into the community relatively soon, but we also need to be thoughtful about this. And I want to respect the deliberate process of the legislative process to appropriate these funds.
Anything else?
Okay, thank you.